So if you want to be part of that, when we do have that live section, which happens between I, myself, and you, when we do have that, we make sure also that we try to promote your referral link and give a discount on your link, because we now trust your setting and we believe other traders can start following your setting. Now, one of the things we're doing with the new Tafabot app in the next coming week is to make copy trading 100% seamless. Now, what this means is if you don't want to set up the trade yourself, you don't want to join the live trading, we're going to have a whole lot of groups, not all the groups that you find in the copy trading section right now. All of those are going to be reviewed when the new app is out, and we're going to have new criteria for copy to make sure they're super 100% safe and following our setup criteria. Now, when that is out, the mirror trading system is going to be 100% seamless, which means that whatever the guy you're copying is doing, which we ensure that he's following the right setting, is what your bot is going to be doing. An instance of that is if you copied someone and his bot was already running on 5 strategy period, let's say 3 has already completed and he has 2 more to go, the current system will make your bots try to start your own strategy by copying him. But right now, he's going to continue from where his own bot is. So what this means is your bot will be 100% plugged into the copy leader bots, so you don't have to do literally anything. So if he switches the market, your bot switches. If he does anything literally, it's going to be 100% seamless. And we're going to ensure that every copy there is going to be 100% verified to be following our live setup setting. So if you've been following that, we already have a record in the system that is taking record of everyone who are following 100%, getting the actual result, and you're going to get early approval into having your own mirror that others can copy. And that system also keeps detecting when you stop following it to take out your mirror. Now, because we want to make the mirror 100% a safe system and a seamless system for anyone to copy. Okay, so that is clear. So if you want to be part of the Real Traders Real Resort, what you want to do is you want to say, count me in into the live chat, and you want to put your Tafabot email. The media team is going to reach out to you and schedule a time where we're going to have this one-on-one talk section, and your referral link is going to carry a discount that anyone who registers with your referral link, has registered before or registered newly, is going to have an automatic discount to purchase a license. So you could just send your email into the Zoom chat right away, and a media team is going to reach out to you to schedule a time. One of the people I would really love to speak with is if you took the REN trade yesterday. That was a super setup. If you did that, I want to speak with you on the Real Traders Real Resort. Amazing. Okay, so let's head on right now. There's still a lot of questions. Please note, I can see them and I'm going to go through them later on. Someone said, please, the time stated in the setup graphics, should it be strictly adhered to? Yes. Now, most of the setup we give has the capacity to finish in 2 hours, in 3 hours, in 1 hour most time. So you cannot pick a setup that was given 5 hours ago and try to create it. The market has moved, a lot has changed. So please, you want to adhere to that. There's a lot of persons already sending email. I want Real Traders Real Resort. So we have the media team here also, and they're taking notes of that. Okay, let's jump right in. Today, what setup are we going to be doing? What is the market saying? Let's look at that before we jump into our setup. What is the market saying? So first, we did state yesterday that we had a large percentage of chance that the market was going to decline. And we did state a lot of reasons for that. And we did see the market decline yesterday, which made us a lot of profit. Now, we're seeing a little bit turn in the market where BTC money flow is declining, meaning people are selling off Bitcoin, but you're not seeing it affecting the Bitcoin market yet. It's still at 28K. Now, one of the reasons for that is if you see the volume over here, you're going to see that the buy and sell volume is almost at the same level. That is what is keeping the price at the same level because there's no forced sell. The sell is not forceful yet, but you can already see that money is leaving BTC. So you don't want to be on the BTC trade right now. If possible, you want to be on the BTC short, but we are not taking any shorts today. Now, I'm going to explain why. It's important to note that whatsoever charting system we do today has a large percentage to be influenced by the decision of interest rates tomorrow. So we're going to hear from Jerome Powell tomorrow about what the rate hike is, blah, blah, blah. Now, if that is good for the market, we're going to have a continuous pump, but I do not expect a pump with BTC. Where we see money moving to is altcoin. So you could see that money leaving BTC, money moving into altcoin, money leaving BTC, money moving into altcoin. So money is not going back to USD. That's an interesting thing. People are cashing out money made from BTC pump, putting it into altcoin. So what we're expecting is an altcoin movement. Now, we did state that already in the group, that if you have a short, you want to get out of it immediately for altcoin, that we could see an altcoin pump. But you want to keep in mind that could be influenced by the news of tomorrow. So today we're looking for long position, means if you are on spot, on future, you are able to take today's trade 100%. So let's jump in right away and set up all of our trade already moving. This is our setup for MKR. It's already on the move. Our first trade for today is MKR number 1. We see an oversold bottom here, means that a lot of sell happening on MKR and the sell is beginning to bottom out, means we start seeing increasing volume to the upside. Money is moving in here. Now, you want to note that the pattern of trading that we use for martingale system is zone trading. Now, in zone trading, the major criteria is to follow the money. Where is the money? Ignore the drawings, blah, blah, blah. You can see a guy make a drawing from here, chart to chart here, and tell you the market is progressing. It doesn't matter. What matters is where is the money going to? Where the money is going to is where the market is. So we see increasing volume over here, money is moving in here, and we want to start buying in as the market moves. So let's jump in right away into an MKR long setup, spot, and futures that is available. This is your setup. We're tracking a 32% price movement and a 9 average if you have a capital below $200, and a 6 average if you have a capital above $200. Now, if you have a capital above $200 also, for sports, you are able to do 6. So you want to put in the setting right away and start the MKR. Now your bot is going to be using the auto deleverage aggressive if you have that set up right away. So let's jump on this. You want to create the setup. You want to start the bot. Immediately you see the setup is already moving in our direction. So I'm going to go to my Taffer. For those who are joining us for the first time, like I do see your messages. Also for those in the group asking, you want to make technical inquiries, you can go ahead, user Mitchit, I hope I pronounced that correctly. You can go ahead to make those comments in the chat. We try to run as fast as possible in the live setup, but there are other meetings that you could join if you want to have a long talk with the coordinator of that meeting. We have a lot of business presentation that happens every day. So you could watch it for the one coming up today in the next couple hours. But for the setup, we try to run as fast as possible. We're focusing more on making profits, while we have the other technical presentation and all of the rest happening in other meetings. So let me know in the chat, are you done with MKR setup right away? I'm going to turn on my boards. MKR. Perfect. MKR start. Let me know if you're done. Once again, we're tracking 32.6 if your capital is high, or 32.9 if your capital is lesser. Okay, very important question a user is asking. As we're setting up for guys who've moved into aggressive, do we still set up relaxed? Yes, go ahead. Your bot is still relaxed. But if the market goes too far aggressively against you, that's why it is called aggressive, it stops out. It tells you this trade is going really aggressive. An instance of such kind of trade is the trade of Mask. Max was very aggressive into a 62% movement. Now, we're not just looking at the percentage of movement, we're talking about how aggressive the market is moving. You could tell an aggressive market and a passive market. A passive market is fine. An aggressive market can go as far as possible. So you want to set that up right away. We try to run as fast as possible. Let me know if you're done with MKR. Just say done, done, done. Let's see how many users already have that before we move into the next setup. As usual, if you did miss the setup, we do send that in the Telegram group. And you can take it right away. But always is important to have the setup as fast as possible, which is why you might want to do it in the Zoom. User saying, my TOMO is still running. Is there any chance if your TOMO is still running, then it has done maybe 1 or 2 take, and we did update in the Telegram channel that you want to set strategy period to 1. If you did set that already when we posted, your TOMO should be out. But if it's not out, you want to do that right away. Set it to 1, and that is it. Strategy period 1. Close a trade at the next market move. Okay, I see a lot of done, 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 done. Start up the board. We're going to be moving to the next setup right away. Make sure you already cut this. For the users that are always asking, you need to know how many setup we have in view. Yes, we believe that that is very, very important. We sometimes do forget to say that, so you're able to articulate how to divide your capital. But if you're thinking of that, then we do have up to 4 setups for today. Okay, we see a lot of users already cut this. We are going to move forward to the other setup for today. Those still asking how to set up auto deleverage aggressive, just send your username to this chat. We try to set up on the instance for everyone on this call today. Okay, let's move on to the next setup. Our next setup for today is AVV. Very interesting point. We did take a trade on this a while ago. So you want to set up AVV. We're tracking 32.69 again. AVV is long, means you're able to take it on spot or futures. Any of them, it's totally fine. So you want to put that setup right away and click start. 32.6. Now, if you've already created the setup for MKR, is pretty almost the same setup. The market is looking alike. So you don't need to go through the setup again. In your Tafabot, you could just do copy and you have that already there. You could just click on copy, not copy a trader, you're copying your bots. For those who don't know such a function, I'm just going to show you how to do that right away. It saves you a lot of time when creating a bot with similar setup. How do you duplicate or copy your own bots. Okay. Let me know if that is totally clear. If you're done with AVV, you could just indicate that you are done with AVV and start it up right away. While you're putting in the setup, I'm just going to show you what AVV has in plan. So first, we did talk about MKR. That is already happening. MKR first zone we're looking at is just $38 from here, and our trade will be 100% completed with MKR. But in the more upside, we're looking at MKR at about $900. Now, if it does decline, we also do have the decline up to 510. So MKR is one of the coins that I said is really bottoming out. So means it has lesser dump capacity to do as much as other coins. Then we have the AVV setup. Now AVV is also one of the guys we see a super bullish buy happening with AVV. So you could see over here money flowing in at every point, open and close of AVV is a bullish money flow. So that is a good indication that we're also picking. For AVV, we're tracking the first movement, which has already happened while we're on the call. Around here, AVV is already at close to $79 from the 74 of our setup. Now, it keeps moving to the second movement over here, keeping AVV at $82. But if AVV does decide to decline, we're covering the maximum zone, which doesn't have the capacity to happen, but as usual, we try to cover up the maximum zone for any markets. I'm gonna pull back the AVV screen. Let me know if you are done with AVV, and we move on to the next setup. AVV is right back at your screen. Let me know if you're done, and we move on to the next setup. We're still waiting to be sure that a lot of you have finished the AVV. We do have a lot more setup to go for today. So we try to run. We still have users sending in for auto deliverage. Yes, you want to send in for auto deliverage aggressive. If you did send for just auto deliverage, please, you need to reach out to futures@tafabot.com. We do not have the capacity to upgrade an account that was not on auto deliverage into aggressive. We can only pull accounts from auto deliverage into aggressive. So if you've sent yours here, just note that you don't need to get an email. You don't need to get an email. You don't need to get a response for aggressive. Right now, it's already activated. I already see a user saying, yes, my MKR just took a trade and it did with a large capital. That is aggressive. And the amazing thing is it is super secured to secure your capital. So today it's going to be great in the Telegram chat to hear about your profit while using aggressive, and let's see how well that did. For user Henry, how do you know if your account has been upgraded to aggressive? If you did send it right here, that's all you need. When your account does take a profit, you're going to see the difference between the aggressive profit and the normal profit. So let's head on right away into more setup. I want to believe AVV is totally done. If you've not, you want to take it again, 32, 9, or 6, depending on your capital. Okay, let's move on to next setup. Our next setup is for TOMO, for the user who was still asking about TOMO. This time we're switching TOMO long, and we're going to show why we are doing that. So TOMO, you want to capture that. We're doing a price 40 movement, 9 or 6, depending on where capital you're using. So you want to set up TOMO and start it up right away. Let's start making the dollars. For those still applying for aggressive, you can go ahead. It's going to be activated. So don't be scared to start your bot. You can start your bot and it's still activated, and it will move your bot right over to aggressive. So you can go ahead to start your bot, even if you believe it has not been activated. This is for people moving to aggressive, but you don't want to take some of the setup if you don't have auto delivery at all. Another user, can I use $100 for TOMO? Yes, you can. Let's go through that again. So TOMO, we're tracking 49. So what you want to do is go to the Tafabot martingale calculator. So you want to say $100. You want to say 49. Now, depending on your leverage, could give you different outcomes. So let's go for 10, which is recommended, and it gives you your setup for $100. So that is interesting. You're able to go $100 for a 10S price movement of 40. Back to your screen, you have TOMO. So you want to create that. Another user said, TOMO, I was on long. Can I change it to long? I was on the short before. Could I change it to long strategy now? Yes, you can do that. One of the things we're also looking at soon is shutting down a trade completely when you turn off the bot. We're still looking into the technicalities of that, and we'll be updating soon. So if you have a short right now on TOMO, you can switch it to long. But if you want that to go as fast as possible, you could just go on your exchange before switching to long and hit closing the trade, so your bots can record a fresh trade for long. Let me know if you're done with TOMO. And we move on. AVV is already on profit. MKR is already on profit. We're already racking up the profits in. So if you've taken any of those trades, you should already start seeing your profits. And we want to start up TOMO right away. The profits are already coming in really, really big. Let me know if you're done with TOMO, and we move on to the next setup right away. Okay. TOMO setup. Don't forget, you want to start up the bot right away. We don't want to spend time. Even if you believe you don't have aggressive mode yet, you want to start up the bot. When it gets activated, it's going to get into effect on your trade. Okay. So let's move on. How do you get aggressive mode for the users? They're asking if you have auto deleverage, you just want to send your Tafabot username into the chat and say aggressive, that's it. And we have the technical team watching on those to activate it right away. Let me know if you're done with TOMO, and we move on to our next setup for today. While that is still on your screen, let's move over to the chart to see what are we viewing for TOMO. TOMO is already moving from our setup right away into the top of our fourth zone. That is interesting. So TOMO is also one of the market. We see also a large buy volume coming in. That is a good indication, and it's having a good bounce already from our zone. So if you did set that up, you're already on profit. Okay, so that is already on profit. So the first view we're looking for TOMO is a 24% movement. That is the first move. And then we're seeing a 35% movement. But if TOMO does drop, we're covering a 40% move. That is something interesting. We're going to go straight back to your screen. For those who missed TOMO, you want to set it up. We still have a lot of person for aggressive. We want to jump to the next trade right away. And if you did apply for that, just go on with your trade and be sure that it's activated already. Okay, our next trade is for RLC. RLC is our next trade. We're tracking a 32% movement, a 9 or 6 average, depending on your capital, like it's on your screen. You want to pick up that trade also. You want to start it up immediately. And this is also on spot or future. So this is one good day that we do have set up for spot, future, whichever one you're on, you're able to take any of the setup. If you are on AVV, you're already on good amount of profit. MKR, that is also happening. TOMO is trying to kick in. And we're setting for RLC right away. RLC definitely might take a little bit time for a lot of you to set because we've not had a trade on it before. So you're possibly creating a bot from the scratch. So I'm going to give that a little bit more time so you could set that up. Another user, can I do $100 for TOMO? Do advice? Yes, I did say that. And I showed you in the Tafabot martingale calculator that $100 can work for TOMO. So while this is still on, we're going to go into reading the charts while we're giving you the next couple minutes to make sure RLC is totally set up. So another user said, it's same like MKR. Can I copy? Yes, that's a beautiful thing. If you've created MKR trade, you could just duplicate the bot of MKR and change it to RLC. The other user, you don't know how to set up. What you want to do, if you're just 100% new, you want to join the next Zoom that is going to be coming up in the next couple hours that teaches you how to set up the bot from scratch. Okay, let's look into RLC. User said it couldn't go $100 on RLC. Okay, another user, you missed the trade. Are you using futures bots to set up martingale? Yes, you're using futures or spot bots, any of them. The difference is futures gives more profit because you're on leverage, spot, but they are all the same stuff. So you're using futures bots or spot bot, whichever one you do prefer. We're going to proceed. Okay, let's go into seeing RLC for $100 capital. How do we create that setup? Okay, more question on the $100. Let's look into that. So let's go into the Tafabot calculator. So you have $100 on TOMO. A lot of users really do love the TOMO trade. So we have TOMO. Okay, let's see for TOMO. I trust you already got the RLC. Let's go back to TOMO. TOMO is 40. Please make sure you can see my screen. Let me know if you can for the users asking. Price movement 40, average 9 or 6. So if we go over here, we're gonna say $100, price movement 40, average 9, leverage 10, and push. Then we do have a TOMO trade. So I guess you're going for leverage 6. Okay, I get it. Depending on your leverage rate, it's refusing that. So you want to go for leverage 9 for $100 capital, but higher than that, like 150, 180, then leverage 6 will go through. So you want to move to leverage 9 for the users who had that difficulty. You want to move to average 9, sorry, not leverage 9. Another user, do we need stop loss on aggressive mode? You don't need to do anything. Aggressive mode is on relax, but it automatically switches to a stop loss when the market needs it. Okay, so you don't need to do anything. Just set up your normal bots like we're giving you in the setup screen. And aggressive mode kicks in when it decides that the market needs that. So I hope the user business it's clear on the $100, and also the user Emmanuel is also clear on that, and other user NS is also clear on that. Okay, I see a long message that AVV MKR is already doing the Lord's work. That is an interesting comment. So we already have profits in from RLC. RLC, if you started it already, you just took your first profits. That is crazy. If you also started up the MKR or the AVV, you also just took your first profit. Now, if you are on aggressive and you've taken those profits right away, let me know in the chat what were the profits, like MKR, AVV just took the profits, TOMO just took the profits already. Let me know how that is. Okay, another user, I just took my first profit from TOMO. User Anthony, let me know, are you on aggressive or normal? What is your profit difference if you are on aggressive right now as against when you were on normal? Okay, another user, Weasley, my profits are on steroid, awesome and aggressive. I do love that. Okay, user Anthony, you're on spot, so you just took the profit on spot. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, another user is RLC, same as LRC. I'm not sure in sports. I'm not sure about that. You want to look for RLC. That should be the exact ticker for it. Okay, there's a lot of message on aggressive. Who just took profit? That is beautiful. Okay, let's move on. Our next trade today is for Ocean, and our final trade is for Ocean. So we want to swim in the Ocean profit. For Ocean, we're doing 32.69. So means you can also duplicate your MKR setup, and they are still the same thing for Ocean. We're doing it on long, means you could take it on sports or futures. You want to create that, you want to start up Ocean right away. If you did apply for aggressive, even if your trade didn't use aggressive in the first trade, anytime it's activated, it's going to kick in immediately. Why, for those who did apply to come on the Retraders results, do check up on your email. You should get an email invite from the media team on how you want to go about that. So we do have profit from TOMO, from AVV, from MKR, all of them delivering profits already. User Emmanuel, if this is correct, I can't really see the screenshot you sent very, very well, but if you did follow the setup, then it is correct. You want to start up your bot. If you do have doubts, write in the Telegram group. I just sent the Telegram channel. So you want to join the channel where you're able to chat with other Tafans and find out if you did it rightly or not. So do check out for that. Join the Telegram channel right away. You are able to chat there to gain guidance on how your setup is. But if you followed everything I say, just start it up, then it should be correct. Okay, let's head back to completing the other setup. If you've not taken that, the setup for Ocean, you want to take it and you want to start it up immediately. Let's start also racking up the Ocean profits. Ocean bot started. I didn't have to create a new one, just duplicate MKR and you have the same setup. So while you're still doing that, let's jump into seeing what does Ocean have for us. So Ocean is one of the markets that we do see a volume of super sell over here. And an oversell happens at a point where there was a rush sell, a lot of people sold off, and there are lesser coins to sell at a particular time. So we're now seeing a bounce from the oversold zone around here. So we're seeing Ocean gaining momentum in the upside direction because of an oversold zone. So we could be seeing a continuous bullish volume happening right around here. So what we're looking for is first move of 16% to 42 cents and an upward movement even up to 49 cents. But if it does decline, we're covering up for 32 movement, which is the maximum movement for Ocean. Now, something to be clear about is if you're taking any trades today, if your trade does complete the strategy period, you do not want to start up the trade again. All of the trade we're taking, you want to put into consideration that we could have the news tomorrow and we don't know what it's going to look like. So the goal is all of our trades should complete by today or before the time of tomorrow's briefing. Now, if the briefing does come out positive, means our trade continues going up, then we create the setup again. If it comes out negative, then we know also what setup we're supposed to take. So once your bot completes its trade, please don't start it up for today again. Just take the profit and enjoy that. Okay, back to our screen for the users who said Ocean couldn't go for $100. Let's do that. 32.9. So 100, also again, depending on your leverage, 32.9. If it doesn't go, it depends on your leverage. So let's go 9, and that is it. So 32.9, leverage 10, just as recommended, totally worked out. So you could see in my screen that is working. That is working already, so that you could use that for the user asking for $100 for Ocean. User, what is the news source for tomorrow? You want to follow CNBC, you want to follow all of the top financial news media so that when Jerome goes up on stage to speak, they're already broadcasting that, and that is announced right away if it is good or not, and we know what to do. Back again in your screen is the Ocean setup. You want to make sure you put that in, start it up. I'm going to see how well all of our setups are doing already. So we have TOMO profit already. We have AVV profit already. We have MKR in already. That is beautiful. And more other profits are still growing along the way. So you want to set up already, you want to get set, start taking profits. Now, if the market does go negative and you're on aggressive, you want to relax because aggressive kicks in a stop loss when required. So you want to be very, very relaxed about that. Can $50 do TOMO? Let's see. Not sure of that, but let's see. 50 TOMO. Why is a lot of person going for TOMO? What is specific about TOMO as against other markets? Okay, 49. Whew. Let's see. 50. 49, leverage 10. I really do. Wow, that went through. You got it. It went through. You can use $50 for TOMO. So just put in the details as given in the setup, and that will be out. Another AVV already running on Tafa app, but not running on Binance Exchange. Please clarify that again. You could close your Binance, reopen it, cross-check that to be sure. If not, you want to stop the bot, start it up again, or close the trade on Binance if there was a problem, why that happened, to restart afresh. Another user Kiatnat, what is the accuracy of your signal? Interesting question. So what we do with the martingale strategy is to identify market zones, and the martingale strategy, runs with zone. So I'm going to explain that briefly, why that is still on your screen. So if you could see my screen, what happens with the martingale strategy is you want to identify money market zone, and you create a setup that covers up for that zone. Now, when it breaks out of that zone, you need to identify what is the next zone that the market is moving to. Take, for instance, any of our setup like Ocean. You want to check what is the first Ocean zone that we could find any resistance or support. What is the next zone that we could find any resistance or support in the upward movement and in the downward movement. So that gives us our zone system that we can play around with. So when we do that, we create our setup to cover for it. So if the setup goes wrong, which it does go wrong, if it goes wrong, that is also part of the reason why we create the setup, and we cover up for the zone if the setup goes wrong with the martingale structure, that even if that happens, your trade is still safe. Now, against traditional trading of just entering the market because you believe your setup is right and jumping into the market, and the market goes against you and you lose your money, the martingale ensures that if your setup does go wrong, it covers up for it. That's why you see all of the downward setup as much as the upward setup. So wherever the market is going to, we are covered. Now, the only thing that could happen is the market goes far beyond the zone, breaks out of it, and you then have to wait for the market to get back into the zone to take profit, or you hit a stop loss if you're using aggressive. So for accuracy, I hope that is clear. Another user link for the Telegram chart. Okay, I just send it to you again. And another user, Jeremy, it's same for AVV. It's same for you with AVV. Okay. For such kind of market, you just want to close it on your exchange, go back to your bot, stop it, start it, and start it again. So you could record rightly if there was an issue on that. All right, that is going to be it for today. Let's head straight into the Telegram chart. If you don't have the Telegram chart, I just sent it again into the Zoom chart. Let's head there and we continue our conversation on the Telegram charts. Okay, another user who is saying that RLC is not on Binance. It is on Binance. I do have the trade running on my Binance. You want to check on that rightly, I can find that on Binance. So confirm that I can find it on Binance. And for another user, if my bot hits a stop loss in aggressive, will it continue? No. Now, for a market to go against you aggressively means that market has a capacity to keep going aggressively. An instance is the Max trade we did a couple days ago. Max broke out of our 22% zone into a 65% movement. Now, an aggressive would have taken you out of the trade ASAP when it saw that happening. Now, should it get back into the trade? No, because that would be a wrong idea because the market is still aggressively going against you. So it doesn't get back. That's why I said stop loss gives you clarity to look into the market again and see, okay, what can I do better? There's a lot of users raising up their hands for question. You want to send that right into the charts. If you do have a question, I see a lot of hands raised. Follow show and other user, please do send it into the Telegram charts. Okay, how many signals do you give in a day? Another question. Now, it totally depends on how the market is moving. Sometimes it could be from 3 to 10 or more. It's all about the markets. Okay, follow so you've done your setup times. All right, guys, that is it. I hope that is clear. If you still do have a question, please ask me now before we move over to the charts and we continue. User Zion, I'm not sure what you're asking. My TOMO is still on. Can I close market? Yes, I did say that in the initial time when you asked that you can do that. And also user Kianat 3 to 10, correct. Okay, so that is it. My AVV is not starting even after restarting. User Jeremy, you could send also support into the Telegram chat and let's have the community look at your setup to be sure how that is working. You could send screenshots over there. So please head into the Telegram chat and let's continue that. That is going to be it for today. Catch you guys. Let's go make some money. See you tomorrow.